Hey.
Hi, everybody. Excuse my puff. I look like, it's like a square right now, y'all. I'm trying to get my hair together. Don't judge me. Anyway, welcome to welcome to the latest episode of Collard Greens
Collard greens
and
and sushi.
Podcast. I am Melinda.
I'm
It's
Kelsey.
Kelsey. Kelsey,
We're
what's
here.
going on?
What's going on? We had some snow the other day,
That's right. That's right.
and now it's all gone. The snowman melted. There's no
Oh.
signs of it anywhere. So we are now, I guess, moving towards spring,
Oh,
which is a
you're
nice
lucky,
change because it has been cold.
girl. Like y'all lucky because the East Coast of America, they've been going through it. Like they
Yeah.
have literally been going through it. We talked to my grandmother. They were
Mhm.
having like, oh, what is it? Oh, it's 6 degrees out.
Oh my God.
And here it was like 80 degrees and sunny. I was like, oh my God, open the window. Oh, telling the kids, open the window. It's hot, like wow.
I remember
Wow.
80, but six is because we speak a different language here. So like it was -3
Okay.
Celsius. I I'm not gonna try to
And
convert, but
Fahrenheit, that is.
6 I know is very cold, and 80 I know is warm. It's warm. It's not brutal heat,
Mm,
but it's warm. But yeah, we had snow and it was a fun day and they were out there. Kids were in the snow playing, making snowmen, snow angels, whatever, all sorts. I went out there, cleaned off the car and the wipers because it was coming down and
mm,
it lasted for pretty much the whole day
right.
and a little bit but that evening, the next morning there was still some, but it's all gone now.
Right.
It's
Right.
all gone now.
Oh,
But we're
and
excited about spring. We're excited about
I
spring.
know, but you know what? We have to say special shout out because now Kelsey has an official teenager. Girl,
Oh,
you have a
yes.
you have a whole ass
A
teenager now.
whole teenager. Yes.
Congratulations.
Yes,
Welcome
I
to the
do.
club.
Yeah, it was interesting. I mean, not much has changed,
Mhm.
but because last night she was singing, making up songs about how lame I was.
Ooh,
So I guess that's, yeah, she was like,
wow.
your hairstyle is lame. And that you got the blame for the lame hairstyle. I was like, that song is whack.
Ooh,
Don't quit
how
your day job.
rude.
Don't quit your day job,
My
just trying to
goodness.
crack jokes on people because I don't know the TikTok trends. I don't know. Or, my favorite is like, do you know this song? And I'm like, yes, of course I know that song. I know Eminem because that's my generation.
Right.
Oh. So he's like, she'll like to say like, oh, is he from Showa? And if you know anything about Japanese eras, like Showa is when I was born. It's
Mhm.
way long ago. It's like the 70s, the 80s. So
Right.
of course the music is not from Showa because I was a 1 year old, you
Right.
know. So she tried to crack. She'd be like, "Oh, this is really retro. It's from Showa, isn't it?" And I'm like, "No, ma'am. I'm not
Yeah.
that old."
Yeah. My kids be like, yeah, mommy was born in the 1900s. I'm like, yes, I sure was. The late
Have you
1900s.
seen the meme of that where they show someone and they go ask like when you were born and people be
Oh,
like
yeah.
2005 and then someone be like 19 and they'll be like Jurassic Park
Right.
or it'll
It's a
be
dinosaur.
a
Exactly.
dinosaur. It's not that. It was not that long
Yes.
ago. It was not
In
that
the
long ago. So
Jurassic period, y'all. The Jurassic period of old 1981. Yes.
19 something, yeah. So she likes to crack. She's been cracking jokes like those kind of jokes. So
Yes.
I'll accept. But then I saw her practicing her dance, and I said, "Oh, please stay in school because Hive
Ooh.
is not gonna call you." I
Ooh.
said,
That's
"Don't quit your
right.
day job." She's trying
Let
to
me
practice
tell you.
some K-pop dance with her friends. I
Exactly.
said, "No,
Kids,
no."
don't dish it out if you can't take it. That's all I'm
Yeah,
gonna say.
exactly. hmm Exactly. I said, "You will not debut. Not with those
Right?
moves." She was talking about doing the sprinkler and something else. I said, "No, no." You remember
Wow.
the sprinkler? Gonna talk about some retro. That's what I said. Those
Girl.
retro moves.
I
But
didn't hear.
yeah, so I have a whole teenager now,
Yeah.
and Yeah, so we celebrated her birthday and that was fun. And it
Yeah.
actually snowed the very next day, so she was really happy about that.
Aw. Yeah, I
So,
think that's special. Yay.
yay, yay.
Aw.
But really, what are we doing for spring? We're excited about spring. It's right
Yeah.
around the corner. I'm ready for warmer weather. I do like spring in Japan because the flowers, cherry blossoms.
Yes.
It's like renewed beginnings. Everybody's starting over because our school year will end and then the new school year will start a couple weeks later. I do like it. Festivals start to happen. People start to come out of their like warm caves and go out into the sunlight.
Not
And
the
also I think we
Neanderthals coming out the cave,
yes, yes,
girl.
they come out. They start to come out. Yeah. Yeah, so
Word.
I'm excited for it. This
Aw.
yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty much not what we're doing, but as we talked about before, me and the kids are heading back to Japan next month. So been planning that, trying to get this itinerary going.
What are you
Um,
gonna do? Yeah.
yeah, so
What you got
that
on the
we have
plans?
a clear plan. I think for me, I like the planning part when it comes to a
Mhm.
trip.
You're definitely
Um,
like the planner, and I
I
like
do, I
people like
do.
you
Well,
because I
because
can just join.
I like to at least have an outline. Like I'm
Uh-huh.
always pretty flexible, except for when like there's an actual time. Like, the reservation is here. I'm like, no, we have to be here at this time because that's
Mhm.
when the reservation is. But for the most part, it's like, oh, if there's spontaneous things we can do, or we really like this place, let's stay a little longer, or but I like having an outline, as far as when it comes to planning a trip. Even if I'm just
Mhm.
going to the beach,
Mm.
I still like being like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna go there. I gotta make sure I got my towel. I need something to cover me, because I don't be in the
Yeah.
sun. There's gotta be some kind of outline. Kelsey, when you plan a trip, what's your big things that you have to do when you plan?
So see, I like people like you that plan and then I can just tag on. And
Tag
I'm
on.
like, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Because I'm not really good at finding those places ahead of time or, like the research of it.
Mm-hmm.
I would say the most stressful thing for me is probably the hotel or where I'm gonna stay.
Yeah.
I am not a kind of person that likes to be uncomfortable and
Right.
I'm not trying to be in a, just a horrible location or
Right.
I don't need it to be top tier every single time, but
Right.
I like it to be comfortable. I like it to be clean. I like it to be central location.
That part.
So I don't have to go too far out of my way to where I want to get
That part.
to. And I think that's one of the most stressful things is like researching and planning.
Mm.
And then even more stressful is when it doesn't turn out to be
Out.
like what
Yes.
you thought, but you
Mm.
still got to stay there.
Right. Right.
So
No.
hotels, I think, is very
Yeah,
stressful. Hotel
I get
planning.
that. I get that. No, I agree. I think I'm the same like you. For me, of course, if I had it where I could just be staying at, 5-star
Yeah.
hotels all the time, of course I would do that. But
Right.
average American living in this administration, just trying to pay for groceries. So I have to
For,
take what I can get,
for
especially
real
with,
groceries, yeah.
my two broke best friends. Like I have to. So I'm kind of limited to what I can do, but I agree where it's like I need it. Number one, I like something centrally located. I'm
Yeah,
saying like
location is
I like
key.
convenience. I will pay for convenience more than anything. Like I like
Yeah.
convenience. And
Yeah, I
then
agree.
is it clean? That's my whole thing. Is it clean? Is it clean? Is it clean? I've definitely gone to places and even with the kids, I've gone to places and been like, no, we canceling this. I'm about to find somewhere else. Like I've had that happen before where I'm like, absolutely not. Absolutely. I'm like, nope,
Yeah,
nope. I've
I
had
agree.
that.
Like I think that's one of the most stressful things because a flight is going to be over eventually.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
you're going to be over it. Um, and I think like if you had a bad experience, it's just like, oh, I don't need to go there ever again. But if
right.
you book a hotel and it's not like in a central location or it's not clean,
Mm,
that's the thing. Even if it's like not as beautiful in the pictures, because I always imagine like if the pictures are gorgeous, it's probably not quite like that.
right,
Because people can edit and do all sorts of things.
right.
But central location is
Yeah.
important because you don't want to be spending time and money to get to where you
Trying
want
to
to be.
get to, yes, yes. Especially if like you're in a place where maybe you're even not familiar with it and you've had a
Hmm.
long day and you literally just want to get back so you can kick your feet up.
Yep,
Having to go out of your way to get where you need
where
to
you need to
go
be.
can just be a lot where you just like, oh gosh, I just want to get there. Like I just want to get there. I know um last year when we came in March, the place we stayed at was nice, but it was far. Like it was like a good 10,
Mm,
15 minutes, not 15, a good 10 to 12 minute walk, and it would be like, okay, we've spent the whole day. It's like you're exhausted. You're like, I don't want to walk another 10, 15 minutes to get to this place.
no,
There were many a times where I would tell the kids, like, just go on, just leave me. Just
I'll
go.
meet you
I'll get
eventually.
I'll get there eventually. Like,
Save yourself.
go,
No, I think that's
go.
really key, and I think that also is just a thing in like, especially in Japan, because you do so much walking already.
Yes.
That if you have to walk, like you said, I mean, that might not be that bad if you lived here and you were
Right.
going that route every day, but you've
Day.
walked, your 20,000 steps in a day already, and now you got to walk another 4,000 or
Yeah.
whatever to get to your hotel. I think that is, yeah, that would definitely upset me for
Yeah.
sure. So I
Yeah.
think that's central location. I think just like going through people's reviews, which is
Mm.
why I think reviews are really important. We talked about that last episode when you left the review for the Mexican restaurant.
Oh yeah.
Like, I think reviews are really important where people, whether they be good or bad, negative or positive, because it gives people information, like, people like me that are looking and
Right.
I'm like, okay, well, this person said it is not close to the station, or it's
Right.
noisy as hell at night, or this bed is broke down, or it may look like that, but when you get there, it's like nothing's been cleaned in 30
Right.
years, like that kind of stuff helps. And when I stay at places that are good, I usually leave really good reviews too, because
Right.
I want people to know, like, yeah, this place was great, or so and so at the front desk was really helpful, or something like that.
Right.
So I think hotels, definitely that's one thing that and then I think searching for the stuff to do. Like, you always come up with really good ideas. So I'm like, oh, let me get on the Instagrams and the TikToks and look
Yeah,
and see what
honestly,
people are,
most
where
of
they're
the
going
stuff
and what
that
they're doing.
a lot of the stuff that I do find
Mhm.
on social media. And I in turn will put my stuff on social media
Yeah.
and people will find it. Um I will say, like, we kind of switch it up. Like, sometimes we'll do half and half. We'll do some touristy stuff, but a lot of the stuff that we end up doing is just, it's not touristy. It's just, I happen to find this. This look cool. Let's check this out, kind of
Mhm.
thing. Um, and then some stuff is just like, why are there so many gaijin here? And then I forget that I'm the gaijin. Like, wait a second, hold on, it's me.
That's
I'm
it.
the problem. I'm the drama. It's
It's
me.
you.
It's
I
actually
do feel
me.
that way too. Yeah. It's I think it's maybe not as bad now as it was maybe last year.
Mm.
But then I can't say once, cherry blossom season comes around
I
and
was gonna
whatnot.
say it's not busy season right now. I'm hoping
Mm,
that it's not. I will say that I feel like it wasn't as bad when we came in March, but when
yeah.
we came in the summer, yeah, it was definitely like, why are all these guys in here? And then again, I have to remind myself, you're the guys in Linda. It's you.
Yeah.
You're the problem. You're the drama. They're here because you're here. So, uh, what you gonna?
Yeah. I think so. What this time you have several things planned already?
Girl, no, we winning it. These kids just want to shop. Again, my broke best friends just spending my money. Bye.
That's what we just did recently. That's what Shore wanted for her birthday, was to shop.
Just a shop.
So she did go shopping. Oh,
Yeah.
and she wanted BTS tickets, which she
That's
did
right.
win.
Yay! The
Wow.
BTS.
Yeah. I
When
feel
is the
like
show?
April 18th. So
Okay.
the
Okay.
system is a little different here. It's like a lottery. You enter a lottery to win the chance to buy tickets. And we
See,
did
I
that.
like that better because here,
I heard it's a
here,
bloodbath.
it's horrible here. It's horrible.
Mm.
It's horrible. It's horrible. You wait to get. I won't say it's horrible, but the system has got to change because
Mm.
you have some people who are like, oh yeah, I got in and I was there and I had no problem. Or you have people like me, like literally the last 3, 4 concerts I tried to get into, tried to do Kendrick, I tried to do Tyler the Creator, I tried to do
Mm.
Beyonce. Always
You
it's
couldn't.
always I can't. By the time I've gotten in, literally the only thing that are left are like $500 floors. I don't have $500 to spend, and then
Yeah.
who do end up buying the cheaper seats, they
Yeah.
obviously 3 times the price. Now the seat that was $50 is now, 120. And I'm just like, are you kidding me? And out of principle, I refuse. So I just won't go.
I
I
do
do.
that.
I refuse. Some people do good like at the last minute because sometimes
Hmm.
people who are like me who refuse to buy, then those scalpers have to end up bringing the price down
The
because
price
they're
down.
selling. And I
Right.
have heard of
That's
people
kind of
doing that,
crazy that
but
scalpers do that,
girl,
I
like
mean, I understand that's how they make money, but it's
there's
just
no
wow.
regulation on it whatsoever, which is why I prefer the Japanese system. Yeah, let it be a lottery. Let it just be
Yeah. It
ran.
is. It is. It's a lottery, and so some people will win. You could be in the fan club and not win anything, not win the
Right.
chance to get anything, which I had happen to me twice
Mm.
before. Yeah, because twice we tried to see Sugar and we tried to see Jungkook, and both of those times I didn't win anything at all. Nothing, nada, zero, zilch. And
Mm.
this time I was really surprised. And then we have my dad to thank because he paid for the ticket. He was like, if you
Yeah.
win, I'll send you the money. And he did. He got up and ran straight to the bank and transferred that because
That's
they don't
right.
use
That's his
they don't use no apps, nothing
grandbaby.
like that.
That is his.
Yes.
That's
He
his
was like, you
grandbaby.
better
He
go and have
said,
all the fun.
He said, I'm getting my baby her ticket. She want to go. He said, I'm gonna make it happen. Let
It
me
was,
know what
yes.
day.
So that's all she said that she wanted really for her birthday
Yeah.
was to see them. And she said she wanted to buy some new clothes because they wear uniforms
Yeah.
every day and
But you
something
know
to
what?
wear
I
on the
feel like,
weekend.
but they're at that age, I
Hmm.
feel like,
Yeah.
when they are teens, like they want to shop. Like I
Yeah.
remember, like I feel like now I shop for necessity. Like, oh, I want
Right.
to update my wardrobe, or okay, I got to get rid of stuff, but it's still very much I want practical pieces. Let me get my
Hmm.
my wide leg black pants. Let me make sure I've got my
Yeah.
long sleeves for the spring and the fall. Let me make sure I got my trench coat. These kids are like, it's trendy. I'm going to the boutique in Ikebukuro. Let me get my baggy pants. You in her damn baggy pants.
Yeah, the baggy pants.
Can't,
The shorts the same. She bought some baggy jeans and she was like, do
right.
you like my jeans? These are my jeans, my baggy jeans, my
Because they
baggy.
want to shop for fashion now. Like
Yeah.
trend. Let me be trendy. Let me be cool. Let me be. I think it's different for us. So
Yeah, there is
they're at the
that.
age. I say enjoy kids. Enjoy being kids. Kids.
Yeah,
Just
there's
enjoy.
definitely a lot of shopping you can do here. I
Oh,
mean, I'm sure it's the same in the States, but I feel like definitely like what you said because when I go, I'm just like I'm ready to leave. Like when I go to the store or online, I know what I'm looking for, but
same.
it's like they can be in there forever.
Ever.
Try this on, try
Forever.
that on. Yeah, no.
No.
Yeah.
No. So
Well, you're look forward to it. That's what you'll be doing
yeah.
soon.
Yeah.
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 But what really, really, really happened, we have to talk about the Bonito Bowl. We have
My
to talk
bad
about that.
bunny. My bad bunny.
The
My
bunny,
bad
the bunny.
bunny.
Oh, that's what we really have to talk about because these two teams I didn't care about either. One,
No.
I'm glad the Seahawks won, but
Yes,
I really didn't care,
I
to be
bravo to the
honest.
Seahawks. I have to say the only reason
Yeah.
why I'm very happy is because one, they have a woman owner.
Yes,
She
they
is the
do.
first woman in NFL history to hoist that trophy. Not only that, but she did not contribute to the current administration, nor did she bend the knee, might I say.
I did
On
see that.
top of
I
that,
did see
she
that.
is a wildlife conservist and she is a philanthropist. So, I bravo Seahawks, bravo.
I did see that. I did see that, and I
And
thought that was I didn't know that.
I
So
like
I learned something new.
that energy. Thank you, thank you,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
It was
So yeah,
really that was really inspiring. So but yeah, other than that, I didn't
no,
care.
not at all.
Wasn't even, I mean, I watched a little bit because I was like, these people didn't
Girl,
come to
I
play
didn't
at
even watch a
all.
little bit. I was yelling at the TV like when
Mhm.
it was like 20 seconds left in the second quarter, and I was like, "Can y'all
Oh,
please get off the field so I can watch my show? I need y'all to leave. I don't care if y'all having emotional breakdowns. It's a flag on the play. They want to run the clock. I don't care. Get off the field because you holding shit up. I'm trying to see Benito. What are
I
you
mean,
doing?"
I think the Patriots didn't really come to play. Maybe they came to see Benito, and that's why they were playing as they were. Maybe they weren't focused,
Girl,
but
I'm a Bills fan. I'll forever
so
the
yeah, and
Patriots, so
you
it
know,
don't matter. It could have been Masai and Yui playing against the Patriots, and I would have been like,
you don't care.
no,
It's not the Bills.
no, it's not the Bills.
Um, Well, the Falcons, yeah, they have some new coaching coming, so that's all
Okay,
I have to say right now. We can't
yeah.
really, yeah.
I mean, we're
But
going through our things too, so
too right, right.
yeah,
But
yeah.
the show, I thought it was amazing. I thought it was phenomenal. Tell me what you thought about it, because I
So
know you were not really a Bad Bunny fan before this. Like we are Bad
yeah,
Bunny fans in this house.
yeah. I would
So tell me what
say,
you thought.
I've always liked him. I'll put it that way. But to say
Okay.
like I was a fan,
Yeah.
no, listen to stuff here and there. When he would have albums, I would listen to the album, but that was it. He
Hmm.
wasn't on repeat. He wasn't. But I've always been a fan. I've always been a fan as far as the persona goes. I put it that way.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
And I've always liked him. So again, I was super eager because I was like, I want to know what's going to happen. I want to know how the show is going to be.
Hmm.
For me personally, it exceeded my expectations because number one, the show itself was just beautiful. Like it
Yes,
was
it really
so,
was.
it aesthetically was just
Aesthetically.
gorgeous. It was just beautiful melanated people, all shades of the rainbow. Look, just it was so beautiful seeing all these people of color,
Right.
Afro Latinas, you seeing Puerto
Everybody.
Rican people. It was so beautiful. The set design was beautiful.
Yes.
He's gorgeous. He's gorgeous. Talk about the
Yes.
glow up. We talked about that earlier. The glow up. Nobody.
Yes, definitely. I think he went through,
Mm,
so we've liked him. I remember when Shore was younger,
mm.
like the lyrics, if you know Chambela, that is not really music that a child should be listening to if they know
Because
what the
it's
Spanish
Puerto
is
Rican
saying.
trap music. Yeah,
It's
he
trap
was a
music,
trap
but
rapper. Yeah,
she doesn't speak Spanish, so it was just a beat. It was this
yeah.
guy that was on TV with bright colors,
Mm-hmm.
funky hair. His
Mm-hmm.
fingernails were painted. I definitely would say like she definitely has always, between him and G Dragon, there's always been some fingernail painting on the male
Yeah,
side. The pro, I guess, femininity that these
right.
artists have. She really was drawn to it, and so there is a whole stage in her childhood where we listened to Bad Bunny all
Mm,
the time in the car. And I remember a lot of his stuff was on SoundCloud back in the
right.
day. And when I looked into him, like he was, just a cashier, a bagger at a grocery store. It was like just it could be literally be anyone, which is
Mm,
why when he spoke to everybody in the TV, and he said, to believe in yourself, never
Mm,
give up on yourself because I didn't, and this is where I am now.
mm,
That really hit home, I think, and it didn't really matter what ethnicity you are. That tracks across the board, having belief in yourself and not giving up on yourself.
right.
I would say he did everything I expected him to do and more. I'm glad there was, like, I think he spoke what, a couple sentences in English the whole
Right.
time,
I think
if
only
anything.
four. Literally.
It was very, very
I
minimal.
think he only
Yeah.
did four phrases the entire set. That whole
And I
set.
love it
Four
because
phrases.
that's something my dad always would say, like, there is no language for America. There's no official language. I mean, I don't know what the whitehouse.gov says now, but
Mm,
in the past, it always said, my dad said, if you go to the White House website, it'll tell you there is no official language. Most people speak English, but there's no official language. And it really is something that's true
mm,
because even, in my family side, having family come from Mexico to the United States to seek a better life, it's definitely something that I think speaks to anyone that is an immigrant, which
mm.
is pretty much everyone. Because
Right.
unless you're completely Native American, you
Right.
know,
Right.
you came from somewhere, your people came
Somewhere.
from somewhere else. So I thought you don't have to speak Spanish to understand from the aesthetic, the visual display that he gave, the culture that
Right.
he taught everyone. And
Right.
so it's interesting because now I know people that are like, oh, I'm gonna go look that up. Well, I didn't know that. Even Shore was saying, I don't understand like why Puerto Rico has a separate flag. And that was a good
Mm,
conversation for us because I was like, yeah, all the states have their own flags. And she was like, well, I know that, but it's not a state. So why they don't have a, American flag? And I said,
right.
we had to explain that, the history
Right.
behind that. And then I even went down a rabbit hole because I did not know that there were two different colors.
Mm,
Until I went back and I listened and I was like, oh yeah, he said, when I die, bury me with the original flag, the light blue flag, not the
mm.
one that they have now. So I
Now.
didn't know that. So it was like a learning lesson for I think everyone in this house. Coral was like, he didn't do the song I wanted to hear. So she was just like, whatever. But she liked the
Coral.
grass. Yeah, well, Coral is like 6, so
Yeah.
it needs it. She liked the grass, and then when she saw them walking away, she was like, "Oh, I want to be a grass," because
Right. I
the
was like, when I
costumes.
found out later that the grass was people, like it was just
Yes.
like, what? I'm like,
Well,
hold
we
up.
saw one of them dancing. I don't know what number it was, but we saw one of the grass like was moving in the background, and I was like, "That's a person." And then when they panned out, you could see there were several like pickets or blocks of grass that were like moving
Uh-huh.
around. So they were
Uh-huh.
obviously dancing. They were obviously,
Right.
moving. And then later we saw the making of it, how they actually did the whole set and everything. And she
Uh,
was like, "Oh, I knew it was the person there. I want to be the grass." So that just goes to show you, if you were ever a tree or a leaf
in the
or,
school play.
in a
Uh-huh.
school play,
Yeah.
look, you could be anything,
You could be anything. You could be
you know?
anything.
You could be anything. So
Yeah,
don't feel bad.
I loved it. I mean, there was, and I want to go back and watch it again. I feel like,
Mm.
I'm not comparing the two performances, but
Hmm.
I'm more so comparing because of the similarities between the two. When I think of Kendrick's
Oh,
performance
Kendrick.
from last year, and I think of Bad Bunny's performance yesterday,
Yeah.
I see so many cultural references. And the
Yeah.
thing is, it wasn't even just cultural references solely for Puerto Rico, but
Mhm.
also the Caribbean in general. I can't tell you
Yeah.
how many of my folks, especially my folks at work, who are of, Caribbean descent. They're from, the islands, and they were saying how significant that opening segment with the
Yeah.
sugar cane,
Yeah.
how poignant that
Yeah.
was for them, and how visceral the reaction was, and then taking it from the beginning, from that moment,
Mhm.
which tied in, for me at least, that tied into the ending when he was naming every country in the Americas.
Yeah,
Because at
all of
the end of
them.
the
He
day,
went through
the
all of them.
Americas is the entirety of it. It's not just the United States.
Yeah.
It the Americas. This is why you have North America, you have
South
Central
America,
America,
Central
you
America.
have
Yeah.
South America, you have the Caribbean. You
Hmm.
put all those things together, that's all of America. And I feel like that opening segment tied into that so much, saying, look, we have the same history, we have this
Yeah.
same collectiveness. Like, it just, there was so much. And I mean, like, I won't even go into all the details about all the cameo. Like, when I tell you, I was like, oh my God, they're going, oh my God, they're going, oh my God,
Pedro.
like, it was just, it was so beautiful. I didn't even talk about the whole significance with the people who got married.
Yes. So
Like
I
the,
thought that was beautiful, but I was gonna
oh my,
say the comparisons, like you mentioned, I want to go back to that for a minute
mm,
because not to say one was better. They both taught us the lessons
mm,
of cultural lessons. They both taught
yes,
us, and well, a lot of us already know them, but they taught a lot of people that were watching. And
yes,
I think when I think back to Kendrick, the shoes that were hanging from the street
yes,
light, that
yes,
is so well known, I think, just
yeah,
in black and hip hop
black culture,
culture.
yeah,
And that was something I have to explain to my kids. Like they were like, why are the shoes up there, and then it brings me to like Benito's performance where
mm.
he had the kid that was laying down on the three
On a
chairs
chair,
and he was like,
free,
no, wake up.
yeah,
Because that is very common, like these parties that go on, these
on and
weddings, these
on, yeah,
parties, on and on. And then there's always a kid that has fallen asleep on a makeshift pallet of three chairs
mm-hmm.
or whatever. And the party's still going on. So there were
Yeah,
so many like things that were there that I feel if you are not familiar with like black
yes,
or Latino or
mm,
Afro Latino culture, you would not know. You would not
right,
know, and you'd have to have someone to explain it. And
right,
so when we saw those things,
mm,
it really just, I don't know, it just lit up. It made me
mm.
so happy to see that the couple getting married, which was a
Uh,
real
it was
couple
a real couple, yes. I was
that
like, oh
they
my
invited
God,
him to his wedding. So I
yes,
didn't know, but apparently he gets invited to lots of weddings all the
uh-huh,
time. And
uh-huh,
so he did one back and invited them. And I thought that was beautiful. All
yes,
the kids that were dancing in the white. I definitely feel like that is very, very much a part of just like Caribbean and Latino culture in the
yes,
sense, you wear that white to your first communion or when
mm,
they have the little girls and little boys and everything. But I loved that they had a child actor to look like he did when
yeah,
he was on his I think it was his CD cover,
uh-huh,
and then it was him as a child looking at the TV, and then he comes back and he gives him the
the
Grammy. That
Grammy,
was
yes.
full circle
Girl, when
point.
I
And
tell,
he
oh
said,
my
I think
God,
he said we did it or we made it. I
yes,
can't remember, but
yes,
yeah.
he was like, yeah, he was, I think he said we did it, look what we did, or like, that had to be such a healing moment for him,
Yes, 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 definitely.
to be able to do that for your inner child, like
Hmm.
that's so inspiring. And that again, like, and I'm not comparing the performances, but I'm saying, and we've talked about this before, that it's culture. It's
Yeah, I
culture.
think
It's
it's a good
culture
learning
last year.
lesson.
It's culture this year. And
Hmm.
for that percentage of people who would like to complain and say, oh, I can't understand the language, and I've made the point again. You said the same thing about Kendrick Lamar last year, and he was speaking in English. There was no
Right.
other language, and you complained
No.
that you couldn't understand it. And that's the thing. It's not that you can't understand it. I stand by this. You are not cultured enough. And that's
Hmm.
something that people who are cultured, whether it's your culture or not, you can
Right.
understand it. On even
Yeah.
the slightest level, you can understand it because you understand and respect other cultures. You have
Mhm.
people who were white last year who watched Kendrick Lamar's performance and got so much from it because guess what? They understand culture. You
Yeah, or
know,
they were open to
they were
learn about it. And
open,
I think
right,
that's
and
really what it
to
is.
receiving it. Yes, and then you have people
Yeah.
this year again. I don't speak a lick of Spanish except for the
Mhm.
basics. I can do my colors. I can count up to 10. I can, say, como estás bien y tú, abuelita. I can do that. Por
Yeah, I think
favor. But
but I don't
when
think
I
that the
tell you,
language
it
was really
touches so
necessary. Yeah.
much. It
Mhm.
literally because I understand culture and the similarities that we have and the differences that we have, and respecting the
Mm.
differences and respecting the
Yeah.
similarities, and being grateful for the similarities and being grateful for the differences that, like you said, this is something I can learn about. This is something
Right.
to do. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, you being
culture.
from New York, like the
Yes.
bodegas.
Oh yeah.
I've never had that experience, but I do know that when he got a sip of the drink from
Yes.
Tonita, the lady that
Yes.
was running the little
Mhm.
stand next to in
She's a New
attached to the
York legend,
bodega.
a New York
It's
legend, a Brooklyn
right.
legend.
So I think it's so many things you can learn. Like I
Yes.
was like, oh, okay. And it's just, there was the casita, the house, the way
Yes.
everything was built. I think the power lines.
Oh,
I was a little bit scared during the power lines. I was like, you don't have a harness?
girl,
Is it
them
okay?
power lines. And the fact that, so if we have to, y'all, if folks have to explain to you about the significance of them damn
Mm-hmm.
power lines, because y'all act like y'all did not remember Maria and that man going down there throwing toilet paper. What was it? The paper
Yes.
towels.
Paper towels at
Y'all,
people. But I mean, that
y'all
was
don't remember that?
insulting.
Y'all don't remember
Yeah,
that?
like he was Oprah or something. You get a paper towel. But I mean, the song itself is literally the blackout, the power outage. And when
Mm-hmm.
he was talking about and the storm and how they didn't, he talked about so many things, but he didn't once say a bad word or
Right,
say any leader's name.
right.
Even when Ricky Martin came out and
Oh,
sang the song about Hawaii's history,
Ricky!
yes, Ricky Martin. Let me tell you, Ricky Martin, and I was like, where has he been hiding? Because oh boy, looks good.
Well, Ricky got kids now. He's like the rest of
Oh,
us.
okay,
The kids is running him ragged, spending all this money. Like, he got broke best friends too. So,
okay.
he's living the Vita parent life like the rest
The
of us. Yeah. Those of
because
us who have
I was like
children, we know,
Ricky,
like, that's what Ricky's doing. Ricky got them kids. Like,
but
you
he still
already,
looks
girl.
very good, and I
He's
think
aging
we did
so
not
well.
know.
He's aging
I,
so well. He looks so good and sang
so
so well. Girl, he sang. He
beautiful,
sang.
yes, and
Ooh,
I think the lyrics, if you go and listen to it, it's talking
mm,
about what happened to Hawaii, and that's going
Hawaii.
to happen again to Puerto
Mm,
Rico.
Puerto
So
Rico.
it was such a good song.
Oh,
But
yeah.
Lady Gaga, she was like, I'm going to show you guys how much of a performer I am.
Mm,
When she came out, I was like, is that Lady Gaga?
mm,
First of all, she looked amazing.
mm,
She tried her best to salsa with him. And the song, the rendition of that song, that version, I need to find it because it was
mm.
beautiful. I don't know if it's been out or people have heard it before,
I have
but
no
that
idea.
version, the salsa version of is it Die with a Smile? I believe that's the name of the
Yeah.
song. Beautiful, beautiful with the band and everything, and they were dancing. Oh,
Yeah.
I definitely enjoyed it. And I thought it was interesting that he picked her to
Right.
have her come out as well. I know he's a fan of hers,
Mm.
but it made me want to go back because during the Grammys, I don't know if you saw,
That's what everybody keeps saying. They were like, oh,
Trevor
there we
Noah
go.
was like egging him on to sing just a little bit. He was like, no, I can't because of a contract, I
Right.
can't sing anything.
Right.
And then she came over and she was like, I can do it.
Mm,
So they had been practicing, but we
mm,
didn't know, or at least I
mm.
didn't know that she was going to be at the Super Bowl.
There were signs, y'all. There were
The
signs. I mean,
signs
I
hidden.
am a Lady Gaga fan. I
Mhm.
will always say that.
I'm
Like
definitely now.
I love
Definitely.
my Gaga. I love my Gaga. And again, one, it was like a beautiful surprise. That was number one.
Yes.
For me, again, it was unexpected. It was like I literally was like, "Oh
Yeah.
my God, it's Lady Gaga!" You know, she looked
And
great.
she did an amazing
Always
job. She
sounds
looked
good.
great.
You
I
know, and
did feel
it's
like
so
she
funny.
was,
I'm
yeah.
thinking, I'm like, all them people complaining about there was no English. She sang all the English. So what
Her
was y'all
whole,
complaining?
yeah.
You had a white woman on stage singing in English, and she was blind on top of that. What more do you want? What more do you want?
Well, I mean, she's from immigrants, so maybe that was not, you know.
That's true. They behave
But
because
I
she's
thought
a
it was great.
because
I
she's a
when
LGBTQ
Yes, I think that maybe.
LGBTQ ally, big
I
ally.
think
So
maybe that was it. I
was
don't know,
that.
but I thought it was beautiful. It was
It was
beautiful.
so
It
good.
I enjoyed every
It
every
was so good.
part of it,
And her
even
dress
the
was
end.
the designer. I think it's from Dominican Republic. I think they're from
The
DR.
dress
So
was beautiful.
yeah,
It
yeah.
was really beautiful, and I really loved the ending.
Oh
He was holding
yeah,
the football so tightly, and I was like,
yeah,
he holding that like he holding a baby or
man.
something. And then I realized at the end because there was a message on the football, which I think that was the most important, like the messaging that he said, the messaging that was on the screen,
Yeah,
under the Levi Stadium, which is just iconic.
which is true.
Love will
Love is greater than
always
hate.
be
Love
more
is.
powerful than hate.
It is. It really is. It really is.
And I think people really need to hear that now. I
Yeah.
feel like he didn't say anything negative about any, administration or um anything that is going on that we see on the news all the time. But
Mm.
he did in a sense that, you're always going to be more powerful if you love instead of
Cause
you hate.
love in itself is resistance. You
Hmm.
know, I'm gonna say that again so y'all can hear me. Love in itself is
Hmm.
resistance.
Yeah, yeah. So I thought that messaging was crystal clear with that. There was a lot of things like believing in yourself, not giving up on yourself,
Mm,
and togetherness.
right,
Together we win. You know,
right,
but
and
I had to
homage,
go.
paying homage to where you come from. You know,
Yeah, yeah,
because
yeah, yeah. Definitely the
what? Yeah,
culture
like what's the saying? You never know. You'll never get to where you're going if you don't remember where you've been. You know,
came
you
from.
you
Yeah.
need
Hmm.
you need that person to get to where I was talking to my therapist about that today. you
I
you
think
have to talk
that
to
is
your old self because your old
yes,
self, regardless of the mistakes you made, the choices you made, you're not going to be the person you are without that person. You actually
right.
need that person to become who you're going to be. You know, you
And
gotta pay
I think that
to
is
your past.
definitely a perfect example because he's someone who's been to therapy. He's definitely talked about going to therapy. So all those people out there, this is a great chance that you need some therapy and not the alcohol therapy that most people like to partake in. No, go talk to your therapist. Go talk
Yeah,
to your counselor. Go talk to
go to
someone about
therapy,
your
y'all.
problems.
And when you go,
Yeah.
like I always say, don't lie to your therapist because there's no point.
Mm.
You got to do the work.
There's really no point.
You
You have to
you
do the work.
actually have to do the work, y'all. You actually
Yeah.
do the work. So, Benito,
It was
bravo.
beautiful. I mean, even the ending where all the countries came out, all the
Uh,
flags. Oh,
girl, and
I
even like
was,
because everybody who was holding a flag was actually from that country.
yeah.
There were when I tell you grown ass men crying,
Hmm.
holding a flag, like it just culture, culture,
It was beautiful. I
culture.
really enjoyed it. So I don't know what will happen from this point, who they can bring to
I don't even
Trump
know how you
these
wanna like
pat.
right.
Yeah.
Oh, and side note, he broke Kendrick's record.
Oh, really?
Um,
Wow.
so now,
On views?
yes, so Bad Bunny is the most viewed halftime show ever. I think under him
Wow.
is Kendrick Lamar.
And then Taylor maybe?
No, she's never done the Super Bowl.
Oh, she
I feel
hasn't.
like she would probably end up being the only person who would break that record.
Maybe I'm predicting it. You know what? I confused her with the not the Super Bowl, but with the streaming. because I
Ah,
think it is Bad Bunny and then Taylor is number two for stream, like music streamed
oh, I
for
got
the
you.
year, like the number one streamed, most streamed artist or something like that.
Artist,
Because I know
number,
she's high up.
yeah.
Well, maybe she would break it. I don't know if she would ever do it.
She would probably break it. So yeah, so number one is Bad Bunny. Number two is Kendrick Lamar. Number three is Michael Jackson.
Yeah, yeah, Michael
Michael Jackson
Jackson.
was the
He was
very
the first.
big
Yeah.
halftime show, and then after him, I think it's Rihanna.
Oh,
So
yes, her show was great too. Yeah,
that's the top four. So
yeah.
Benito,
We'll see. I'm sure he needs a break, but if you're out there, Benito, we need to know the
we
dates that you are coming to
love
Japan in March. On your website, it says to be announced, and we
yeah.
have been waiting patiently. So you need to talk to your people so we can get that date for Tokyo. We're still waiting. Yeah,
Come on, Benito, talk to
we need
Kelsey.
that.
Like
We need the date. We need the date.
her,
People are waiting,
her information
waiting.
is on the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Contact her and let her
Yeah, we
know.
need to
Let's
know. We need to know
figure
the
it out.
dates. So please don't cancel. Just send us the date that you're gonna come to Tokyo.
Right?
Yeah, just let us know. Update it. But
Yay.
yeah, yeah, it was great. I enjoyed it, and after that, I didn't need to watch anymore because I knew he had already covered more yards on the football field than the Patriots, so we already knew who
Yeah,
was going to
we're
win.
fine.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
girl, I turned that TV off so fast. The only reason why I found out they won was I was checking my phone and I saw
And
something
so
like, oh, I saw like the confetti. I was like, oh, good job. See how, girl, no. As soon as it was over, I think I had turned it off or turned it to Teen Titans Go on Netflix. Something, girl, no, it was done. I told you. I wanted them people off that field so I could watch my show. And once my show was over, it was on to the next thing. No,
it was on to the next one.
it's
Yeah,
gone.
no, definitely. I was like,
Gone.
oh, yeah, I don't need to watch any more of this game.
Yeah.
So, but I did see that Cardi B had threw a little shade. I did see
Messy.
that.
Y'all, it's messy.
And I
It's
thought she was like, good luck.
it's befitting
That
because
was
it's
quite
Monday.
funny.
It's messy Monday, y'all.
Messy Monday.
I don't know all of the details. However, I encourage all of y'all to go out there and go down the Cardi B, Stefan Diggs rabbit hole. When I tell you, when you
And
lay
find
in
out.
bed, you gonna be entertained tonight. Cause when I tell you, you just gonna be like, oh, this rabbit hole is deep. It's deep and it's messy. Again, it's messy Monday, y'all.
Mm,
Messy Monday. It's been a minute
that's
since
wild.
we had some celebrity gossip. But when I tell you, she said,
Hmm.
good luck, and kept walking.
And I love that about her. She is who she is.
She is who she
Just
is.
that's who she is. She is who she
She is
is.
who she is. Cardi, just know
So
I'm always rooting for you. I'm
yes,
always
yes,
rooting
for
for you,
sure.
girl. He's out there. You gonna get yourself a good. You gonna be like Meg Thee Stallion. You gonna get yourself a good one eventually. Sometimes
Eventually.
you gotta kiss a few frogs till you get your prince, girl. But he's out there for you. He is out there for you. You'll get there,
Yeah.
girl. I'm always rooting for you. But yeah, go down
Facts.
the rabbit hole, y'all. Go down the rabbit hole. If
To
y'all
figure
end
out
up
what.
finding out that Stefan Diggs got arrested, please put it in the comments because
Yeah, that's what they said. I guess he might be going to
we're
jail.
we're we're waiting for the cuffs to be on that man because that's what he
Mm.
deserves. Yeah,
Wild, wild.
messy
Well, I
Monday.
mean, it was a very interesting event. So, I guess what we'll talk about are, what has brought us little bits of joy in our
Okazu,
little Okazu. Yeah, Okazu section.
Okazu.
I just keep thinking about that rabbit hole. I need to go
Girl,
down in and find out.
girl, you gonna be in the bed like this. You gonna be like, oh my
Scrolling, doom
God, it's gonna be
scrolling.
like 2 hours later, girl. Testament, don't let them get arrested. You really gonna be going. Whoo, you really gonna be going down that rabbit hole. I can't
I
wait.
do find that funny. I saw something where 50 Cent had already jumped on it and commented. He stayed commenting. I love that about him.
He's the ultimate troll.
Yes, yes,
Troll.
yes. Well, I don't know. What about you? Have you had any joy? Something that sparked your joy, that's brought you
What
the joy?
sparked my joy? I think this. weekend, I spent some quality time with my son. You
I
know,
saw that. You guys were
I
on like
spent
their little
quality.
date time.
We did. We went on our mother son date. We had literally a whole day together. That's when I tell y'all it's rare for me and Messiah
Right.
to we have time alone together to ourselves.
Hmm.
It's super rare, and we literally, when I say y'all, we spent the whole day together, just me and him, just being present and trying new things. And I took him to one of my favorite spots, and we checked out,
Everything
a
looked
couple of
good.
local. Yep, we checked out a couple of local places. We ride in the bus together. We cracking jokes. He took a little nap when we went downtown. Went to the DS night market. If you're in LA, people, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, please support the DS night market. It is in Chinatown. Support the
Mm.
community.
Yeah, definitely.
Affordable, delicious food, y'all. Please go. Me and Messiah did that. That was something I had wanted to do, and I was so happy I got to share it with him. So, that was my thing of joy, because our kids grow up so fast. Y'all hear
Yeah.
me say it all the time. The days are long, but the years are extremely short. Spend time with your children. Make memories with your kids, even if it's just hanging out on a Saturday, and
Yeah.
just laughing and joking about nothing, sending each other reels, and spend time with your kids, because you're gonna look up and your child is gonna be an adult, and they're gonna be living their own life, as you want them to. So,
Right, right. That's
so
very
that's what
true.
brought me joy, spending time with my boo boo.
Yeah, I definitely think that is very true. Time is very short.
Yeah,
It seems like it's forever, but it is. It goes by so
so
quickly, as I have learned. It goes by so quickly. I think for me, essentially the same. Like, seeing my kids have so much fun in the snow, something that you really looked forward to when you were a kid, but as you get older, you're like, it's a nuisance more so because you
yep,
got to clean the car, you
yep,
got to clean the road, and you just put that down. So I got these little cheap scoopers. They're like scooper molds,
yeah.
and you scoop the snow in and it makes it into a mold of something. And I got a
Uh-huh.
pack of them a couple years back from like Shimu, one of those places.
Right.
And instead of just scooping the snow off the car and just cleaning the walkway and whatnot, I was outside making little hearts and
Oh,
ducks and snowmen and soccer balls with these little
oh,
molds with coral. And that was really fun. That kind of stuff, like just taking the time out, because at the end of the day, time flies. Like you said, it flies. Also, I really enjoyed just the delight of my child when she saw her cake. She wanted a
oh,
Dubai chocolate cake, and Dubai chocolate cake, I have not been able to find that in Japan. Um, so I had to go buy some Dubai chocolate and then a chocolate cake and
yeah.
improvise. And I thought, this is not what she wanted, but
Right.
she loved it. She
Oh,
loved it. So things like that. I
yeah.
think if you're a parent or a godparent
Mm,
or a grandparent, you know the feeling of
yeah.
seeing joy, and that kind of makes you happy overall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really does. It really does. Aw.
Yeah,
Well, on
so
that heartfelt note, you guys,
oh,
you were loved on that heartfelt
oh
note.
yeah, you're alone. Yes, so this is collard greens and sushi. We have enjoyed our time with you guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment, and follow us. And until next time,
We'll see y'all next
we'll
week.
see y'all. We'll
Be
see
safe,
y'all. Stay
y'all.
safe.
As dear Slim
Yes,
says, take care of yourself and each other. Bye, y'all.
exactly. Bye.